Honestly, I really don't care about whether people know Rishi Modi or not. Okay, what I care about is people should be fit out there.
You're also a brand that is recommended by a lot of nutritionists, at least the one that I have come across, and that's how I came across your brand.
Pharma is very highly regulated industry. Nutra is not. When I went out in the market to see how people are manufacturing nutraceutical products, I was shocked. I think the only thing that you need is a vision, and that vision is what you will contribute to the world.
How do you remove that fear?
Especially when why you want to remove that fear? In fact, that fear is good. If you remove that fear, you will do something stupid. I think we are the only brand for each and every product. Every single test is been uploaded on the website. I never say I want to break from the work and I want to go for a vacation. I believe if you're doing what you love, there is no stress. I think they're great in listening, great in communicating. I personally feel they're phenomenal people to work with.
Welcome to Manufacturing Mindset. Today's guest is Rishi Modi, founder and CEO of HealthyHey, a popular nutraceutical brand with 250 plus products, all manufactured in their own plant, and over 2,000 lab tests a year with every report published. Well, when one study raised a liver safety concern about a best-selling product, he pulled it off the shelves within a week. That's the kind of conviction that we're dealing with here. This one is also a personal one for me. Rishi has been my coach, and this is the closest that I have come to sharing that experience with you. We do start the episode with manufacturing and brand building, why he built his own plant when most outsource, and why his repeat purchase beats the industry by 10 percentage points. But the second half is where it gets uncomfortable and in the best way. He refuses to even entertain the word stress and burnout and pushes back on me on camera more than once. He says Gen Z isn't the problem. Our lack of clarity is. And he asks me a question about ego and identity that I'm still thinking about. Well, I hope that you enjoy this episode and do subscribe so you don't miss out on what's coming ahead. Also, do share your thoughts in the comment section where you stand on the Gen Z debate.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Manufacturing Mindset. I'm so glad to have on the show Rishi Modi, who's the founder and CEO of HealthyHey, a very popular nutraceutical brand in India. Hi, Rishi. Welcome to the show.
Hey, hi, Sarvesh.
I've been so looking forward to doing this session with you, Rishi.
I know.
So
been in
super.
touch about this.
Yes. No, really glad to do this. As we get started, for our viewers, would love for you to, take us through your journey, just talk a little bit about HealthyHey and what the company does.
HealthyHey is basically a nutraceutical brand. It's also called as a supplement brand. So basically what HealthyHey does is we offer high quality supplements and we are one of the largest portfolio as far as India is concerned. We offer more than 250 different nutraceutical products in India. And what is the best thing about our brand is we manufacture everything under one roof. So except for one or two items which we cannot do in-house, we manufacture everything in our own factory.
And is there a particular reason you went for that route?
There is. So, Sarvesh, just to give you a background, by qualification, I have done my master's in nutrition from London South Bank. And when I was doing all this research of mine, I always wanted to do something which provides less toxicity. See, you and I may not realize pharma is very highly regulated industry. Nutra is not that much regulated industry. It has its own standard, but not a. You cannot say it has a lot of restrictions in terms of quality. So sheerly out of my passion for health and fitness, I started this brand. And when I went out in the market to see how people are manufacturing nutraceutical products, I was shocked and I was surprised to discover the kind of practices which were happening. Some didn't had the test reports, some didn't had the proper RDA regulations. Somewhere the storage was not accurate, something or the other was missing. And talking 10 years back when we were looking at starting. And at one point of time, yeah, it was a capital intensive call whether we start our own manufacturing, because that comes with a lot of compliance. But I was assured that if I have my own manufacturing, I will be able to produce the kind of quality that currently we can offer in India. So I started this manufacturing. We had a very small plant. Now we have almost like a 20,000 square feet plant. We started with a small plant, and but right from the day one, we were very finicky about the kind of product that we are manufacturing. In a year's time, we have an in-house QA/QC. So we do a lot of in-house testing. Along with that, we would have done over 2,000 third-party testing. And I think we are the only brand for each and every product. Every single test has been uploaded on the website. And we never do over-claiming on. So that's where the whole mindset is. Don't try to give false promise to people. Never try to tell them anything which a nutraceutical product will not accomplish. Always have everything backed up by science. Always have everything backed up by proof, which is your test, third-party test that we do from the NABL labs. Always have the highest level of certifications. Like we have GMP certification, FSSC 22,000 certification. Only 5% of the Indian nutraceutical companies have that kind of certification. So we have managed a very, very high standard, because that's exactly what was the vision. Okay, we don't sell supplements. I always believe we sell health. We want people to be healthy. We really want people to be fit. That's the whole thing in the background.
And what has driven you? For people who don't know Rishi Modi, of course, a lot of us, including me, we know Rishi Modi. But for people who don't know Rishi Modi, the principles you just outlined, I'm sure, are coming from you as an individual that's translating into the brand. So who are you?
So honestly, I really don't care about whether people know Rishi Modi or not. Okay, what I care about is people should be fit out there. If they can reach the brand, and if what we are providing to the world, if that makes a difference, I think that accomplishes or fulfills the purpose, okay, of I as an individual, as well as we as a team, what we have built in last 10 years. See, we may have not grown so dramatically in last 10 years as a brand, okay, which I think if we would have cut corners, we would have made huge promises. Unlike some of my competitors, I'm not going to name any, we could have grown very fast. Okay, given I have this 30 years of business background, I can see what could have driven the sales. But my focus has always been not just sales. Sales is definitely an important aspect of reaching more and more people, but actually reaching people in a right way with right product. Like, just to give you a small background, like our repeat buying, industry repeat buying is approximately 35%. HealthyHey repeat buying is approximately 46%.
And this is on your website.
We are a D2C brand.
Across
we are
platforms.
on marketplaces. We are on our own website, everywhere. So our repeat rate is all. Why? Because that's exactly what we have built. We have built a product which actually makes a difference. Why do someone will repeat buy a product? Only if that would have made a difference in their health, in their well-being. Else people will never repeat buy. I think today's audience, people out there, very smart, very intelligent, and now they have tools, different kind of tools that they can actually verify which is a good company, which is a better company, what formulations they have.
You're also a brand that is recommended by a lot of nutritionists, at least the one that I have come across, and that's how I came across your brand before I even knew you as a person.
Yes, because again, see, in the initial days and still, we reach people, we explain them how we are building. More than anything else, no supplement brand on their bottle will give. I have 2 QR code on each bottle of mine. One QR code goes to the research paper talking about the benefit that we are claiming on the bottle. Second QR code goes to the tests that we have done from the third party. So we never claim our own in-house test. We do hundreds and hundreds of tests every month. These are unclaimed tests.
Tell me, this is a sector, and which is built on trust, like you're saying, right? And there are some products, for example, where perhaps there is more evidence, like you're saying, versus there are some products, and I'm using Shilajit as an example, right? Where you will see two sides of the debate. How does one, as a customer, understand truly, boss, whether this product will be effective or not?
Okay, so since you mentioned Shilajit, we have, because one of our commitment is everything that is there, approved in FSSAI and Ayurveda, we intend to have under HealthyHey's hood. But honestly speaking, I have never been, or we as a team, we have never been bullish around products that we consider are fad. And Shilajit is one of them. Yes, it does not make a difference, and unfortunately, marketing drives the show. It's unfortunate. A lot of brands who have become kind of they have the best selling product as Shilajit. But if you really see, not like class 3, class D papers, I'm talking about A class papers and B class papers, the top notch written papers. None prove that Shilajit is effective. Okay, especially in the context of masculine health. So it is not.
So in general, my question was more in general. Shilajit is probably an example. How do you build trust as a new product, right?
Okay, I think best is read a lot of research paper. Now with ChatGPT being there, okay, or Claude being there, or Gemini being there, what you can do is just simply go there and ask them to do a deep research about the product general. Don't talk about anything specific. You can take an ingredient and ask, does this ingredient really work? And if this ingredient works, do you have a class A and class B papers around it? Okay. And you will get the answer. If there are research papers which are effective ones, okay, I think that will work for you. Like magnesium glycinate, it really works. Okay. In fact, to all your viewers, I will recommend a book called Miracle of Magnesium. Okay, how magnesium makes a difference. I read this book some 10 years back. Okay, and I was so when I say I don't want you to refer I as Rishi Modi. So I will refer to this I as HealthyHey. So in HealthyHey, we were the first to launch magnesium glycinate in India. No one was selling magnesium glycinate. Now it has become all popular and this and that, which is great. It is reaching more and more people. A lot of people have come up with the different kind of form. There is liposomal available. There is normal 22% magnesium glycinate available. So there are a lot of magnesium glycinate available. Now, if you go and actually research about magnesium glycinate on any of the LLM platforms, you will find it actually works. It actually helps. There's a lot of research around, reducing stress. It has a lot of research around how it will impact your sleep quality and improve your REM sleep and all of that. So yes, there are evidences, there are products that work. And I will also acknowledge the fact that there are products which are just marketing driven and they don't work. And as I said, let's say if magnesium claims to improve your sleep, you'll buy the first bottle with marketing, but you'll never buy the second bottle with marketing. Why? Because your sleep never improved. That's the reason content always wins. Marketing drives your first sale. That's it.
Got it. So you're saying in some sense that trust is being built by the efficacy of the product.
100%.
You as a brand, you're focusing on products that are effective, backed by science, and that's how it has led to you building that trust that customers have with you.
Without that, I'm telling you, users, the viewers, people who actually use the product, they are very, very smart according to me.
But tell me, when you're a new brand, now let's say we talk about magnesium glycinate and there are several brands which are there. Yours, of course, is top ranking ones, right? But I am a new brand, I'm now launching. And of course, I've done all the hard work in terms of making sure that my ingredients are right, etc., right? How do I make sure that I end up featuring high on Amazon or some of these marketplaces, which is driving at least a lot of sales?
Now that's where the marketing skill comes in. picture, to be very honest. If you're a new brand and you want to rank high, you want to just go big on Amazon. See, there are already existing brands who have invested, 5 years and 10 years and 15 years. Like our brand is 10 years old brand, right? We have invested 10 years of all the sweat and hard work to build the brand and, to get those number one, number two position. Now, if you're a new one, I'm not saying you cannot. First is you have to be clear. Why are you actually launching this brand? I think most founders don't have this answer to a question of why I'm doing what I'm doing. And for many of the founders, the only answer is, okay, we will sell, we will make profit, we will grow, we'll scale, we'll sell it off. I personally feel that's not how you make a brand. Okay, brand always starts with some vision to fulfill, and many brands do it. I'm not saying that there are brands are not doing. Many brands do it very successfully. But I think before even you start, okay, you should be clear. What are you selling? As I said, I said it in the beginning. I never said, I'm selling supplements. I will always say I sell health. I sell fitness to people. So if by consuming my product, people don't get health, people don't get fitness, I did not sell them anything. I've just sold them some trash, some placebo.
Yeah.
Right? So it is very, for me as a brand holder, if I have to restart a supplement company, my question will still be to myself, what am I selling? Am I selling supplement or I'm selling something deeper contextually? Am I giving people new life? Maybe if I say, oh, I'm selling energy, then all my products will be around energy. And then I create products which has its own USP, which actually gives people. So after some time, obviously, then the art of marketing comes in picture, where you start marketing things in the right way. Okay, then how is your product giving you energy? You can take Insta route, you can take performance marketing route, you can take brand ambassador, whatever way works for you.
Is there a particular one that worked the best for you in terms of marketing?
No, it's always 360. It's always 360. See, when you want to make an water, right? You need hydrogen, you need oxygen. But you cannot say, oh, this particular hydrogen and this particular oxygen, if I send, the water will be made. No. Your job as a marketer is do everything that you are supposed to do with a plan. And when you have everything come together, you will have water. So marketing is again so that's a very different topic, I think, in itself, because that's a world in itself. How do you market a product?
So obviously we just covered a little bit of brief about production. We've talked about marketing a little bit. Let's talk a little bit about distribution before we go to your journey as a, founder and sort of learnings from that. On the distribution side, quick commerce is of course one of those, channel that is disrupting the, consumer businesses, benefiting a lot of new brands like yours. What's been your approach? What has worked for you? What's not worked?
So, as far as nutraceutical is concerned, quick commerce is surely picking up. Okay. Even it is making a difference where HealthyHey is. Okay. And we are also very rigorous about, being a part of quick commerce. Okay. Whereas still our maximum sale comes from the website and Amazon and all those marketplaces. But
because is it only for repeat customers? Quick commerce, or you discovering new customers?
So it is, as I said, for us, it is too early to make that kind of comment, But I feel over the period of time, and I am very, as I said, I am very, very bullish. The entire team of HealthyHey is very, very, very bullish about, quick commerce. We surely see, and I think that's the reason why Amazon is, having Amazon now, Flipkart is getting into quick commerce. They are already into quick commerce. Amazon is already into quick commerce. It's just a matter of time before they also scale, because I think everyone has understood that the consumer is not that patient. Earlier even 3-4 days were very quick. Now 60 minutes is late.
Yeah.
So we need to understand that this is where the consumer mindset is. Consumer really want things now. Like for things I would have never thought of buying from quick commerce. Trust me, every single thing that I buy, okay, I first check if it's already available on quick commerce so that I don't have to wait for a day. That's the mindset of a consumer. Recently, a friend of mine bought a mobile wanted to gift his father a mobile. It was his father's birthday. Just got it from a quick commerce website. So you and I cannot defy or deny the role of the quick commerce, and that's the future. I personally feel in next 3 to 4 years everything will be quick commerce.
In your space in general, one concern which I have is this is one of those where you have to discover a lot of details when you're buying a particular product, right? You have to also compare. Quick commerce, the only issue, once you've decided what I want to buy, then it's okay. But when I'm discovering, then you can't do that on a quick commerce platform.
So I think that all that discovery work, I don't know if you saw the recent update of ChatGPT. Now it is, I got this email from ChatGPT 2 days back. Now you can just let me know what all product you want to compare. And I'll give you the comparison. So I think all of this will be handled by, LLM.
Interesting. Tell me your journey as a founder. Let's talk a little bit about that one, and we'll keep shuffling between, the company and the, journey as a founder, right? You mentioned a couple of times about this 10-year journey that it has been for you. If you look back when you started it out, right, 10 years back, what was that one belief that made you think that, boss, yes, entrepreneurship is for me, I will be able to do it? And this I'm asking about because there are a lot of listeners who want to start companies, they are looking for that spark, questioning themselves whether they can do it or not. What was it that for you made that switch happen?
Okay, so as far as entrepreneurship is concerned, I've been an entrepreneur 30 years. So I never, no matter what venture I'm doing, okay, I never doubt myself. Now, that doubt is not whether I will make money or not, if I'll be successful or not. I never get those thoughts. And it is not that all the ventures that I've done have been successful. Okay? I always believe as an entrepreneur that if I have a vision, okay, my job is to walk that path that leads to that vision. In the process, the outcome may happen, may not happen. Now, on the other hand, I also very strongly believe that outcome will happen if you give yourself 100% to what you are doing. Till date, I work like 14 hours a day, and it's not a big deal. Work is never a pressure for me. So, I think even if there are entrepreneurs out there who are looking at starting something, who want to start their own brand and all, I think the only thing that you need is a vision. And that vision is what you will contribute to the world. If you have that vision in place and you are already committed, see, you will be uncertain. You cannot take the uncertainty out. You may be fearful at times. The journey is never like this. The entrepreneur's journey is all this way. There are days it will be high, there are days it will be low, and you really want to quit. You are no more interested in the brand. You don't want to work in the company. You think, why the hell it's all the spaces you go through, that's how life is. Even our heart.
How do you remove that fear? How do you remove that fear?
No,
especially when
why
you're
you want
starting
to
out?
remove that fear? In fact, that fear is good. If you remove that fear, you'll do something stupid. Let that fear be there. Why you want to remove that? I believe if you have a fear, it's a good thing. That means you care. You care, right? Else you'll never have a fear.
I can speak for, for myself, because before I ventured into my entrepreneurship journey right now that I'm doing, with my fund, I worked for a long time in different roles, right? And those were great jobs. And one of the fears I would say, or the questions I would have is, what if I'm not successful and, I will lose even what I have.
So what?
Hmm.
What if you are not successful, Sarvesh? What
Hmm.
if? What if you lose everything? See, my journey always started like I come from a very humble background. Okay, most people start from zero. I started from minus. I've
Hmm.
seen my dad selling few stuff at times just to run the house.
Hmm.
So
Hmm.
my journey started from literally minus.
Hmm.
Okay, so this, even if I get the thought, what if I lose it? My next question to myself, so what if I lose it?
Hmm.
I'll build it again. Even if you lose everything, trust me, you will always survive as an entrepreneur.
Hmm.
And you will still build something. That uncertainty, if that stops you to take action to build something powerful, then you have really created a big roadblock for your own self.
Hmm. Hmm. Hmm.
It's a humongous roadblock. So what? It's okay. That's how it will be.
And you mentioned about this chart, right? That happens as you're going through, that entrepreneurship journey. One is like you're saying that belief that yes, I can do it, and it will happen. And even if it doesn't happen, so be it. Is there anything else that you think can keep one going through that journey? Like what is it that one can build within ourselves
No,
to
just be invested. See, your brand just needs one thing from you. You know what
hmm,
is that? Your brand just needs one thing from you.
hmm,
That's your time. The degree to which you are invested in your brand in terms of time is the degree to which your brand will grow. Your brand needs your time. That's it. So the more time you invest in your brand, maybe there are so many things I do on daily basis. I just that can be just going and visiting my listing. I just go and visit my listing. Now they have been there since long, but am I invested? Can I see everything? Do I have a full view of the organization all the time? That's very very important as an entrepreneur. So your brand needs
saying
your
stay
time.
in the game, stay in the game.
Yeah, yeah. And then nothing, you know, nothing replaces action. आप इनएक्शन के अंदर कुछ भी नहीं कर सकते. Everything is action, 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 action. So there is no
What is
replacement for
it?
action.
No, that is true. And it's almost like you have to be that way every single day, every single
Yes,
hour
yes.
of your
Yeah,
time,
yeah,
in spite
yeah.
of all the
Yes, yes,
challenges
yes.
that what you're seeing, right?
100%.
But tell me,
You
when
have to
you're
invest every single day.
experiencing a failure, okay, I'm as a founder, when I say I'm as a founder, I mean in general, right? As a founder, we experience failures on a daily basis where someone you pitch to for something would say no, right? No matter what you're selling, right? And at times, and I can speak about myself, there are times I've internalized that failure. I've almost made it personal. I've often heard some friends of mine who are entrepreneurs because of the long journey they've had, they've been feeling of burnt out, right? All of those are burdens that have come in that journey. How do you come out of that? How do you unshackle from that?
Okay, so I have a very different view. I don't entertain these
Hmm.
conversations. I have a very
Hmm.
different view about. I don't entertain. If I don't even entertain a conversation called, "Oh, आज इतना काम था मैं थक गया हूँ." I think that's
Hmm.
how I demean my work.
Hmm.
I
Hmm.
don't demean my work. I'm very passionate. I'm very thankful that I have work and I'm working, and my brain is all gung-ho about working all the time. And then there are breakdowns. Now, how do I think about the breakdown? So my brain always works. Okay, here is the breakdown. I'm facing in my business. What's next? Let's sit with the team. Let's talk to a few people. Let's see if there is something available. So I will think from what is next, what is next. Conversations like I don't know which friend of yours said it's been such a long time and I've gotten burned out.
Uh,
I will never, and it's not about positive or negative thinking. I will not go there, because those conversations will have a bigger grip on my mindset, and it will take away my time, making me unproductive in a long term. Because now I'm hooked to something that I don't want. I would rather be hooked to something that I want, which is making the brand big, reach people, have that vision be fulfilled. I would rather stand there. And then obviously, you need profit, because without profit, you cannot fulfill the vision, right? Visions are very much tangible. Okay, if you want that vision to be real in the world, the company needs to make profit, because the more the company makes profit, the more company can invest in the vision and then expand the vision and expand the company and have it reach more people, have it reach more people, have it reach more people. So you have to keep thinking in the direction that is productive and not counterproductive. So if you want to indulge in something that is productive, I think one of the things is we have to stop entertaining all of these conversations. Like I have this rule. I never say I want to break from the work and I want to go for a vacation. I will go for a vacation because I want to go for a vacation, not because I want a break from the work. And that's not just my philosophy. It's like, as I said earlier, when I say I'm representing the entire HealthyHey team.
How does that translate to the Gen Z in the workplace? Is one of the things I discuss this with many folks nowadays.
What about
Is
Gen Zs?
getting them to work is not as easy as
No, I don't see any difference.
really.
These are great. I think far more clearer. Now, the only problem is most of the entrepreneurs have been so foggy and operate from the world of expectations and unclarity, that now suddenly you have a generation that is clear. Now it is bothering you, because your non-clarity cannot stand their clarity. So it's time to be clear, so that you can gel in with Gen Z. How can you resist an upcoming generation? The world will always belongs to the generation,
Which is ahead
the
of us.
youngest. Yeah, which is taking care of the world. And Gen Zs are the people. I personally, I don't see any gap. I think they are brilliant. I personally feel they are brilliant. I have no
they are.
conversation around Gen Z.
No, they're very clear. But what I found is, like for us, the lines between work and everything else is like, work is feeding into everything else. For them, of course, the lines are very clear that work ends here
That's what I'm saying.
and
We'll
my
have to deal
personal
with their
life.
clarity. We were
Exactly.
unclear. Now we need to deal with our clarity to deal with their clarity. In fact, they're upping the game.
Say more in what sense?
Yeah, if you and I have to be clear, they're upping the game, right?
No, that is true.
Yeah, and good. I think that's how world has always evolved. Every generation that comes in challenges the old belief, challenges the old style, challenges every superstition which is out there, challenges what is so, which is brilliant. It's just that now they have gotten tagged as whatever reputation they've been tagged as, but I don't find any of that true around me. I think they're great in listening, they're great in communicating, they are great in their clarity. So I personally feel they're phenomenal people to work with. It's just that we need to up the game.
And when you think about shifts, Gen Z is of course one. There's of course AI. There are so many shifts that are happening, right? Now, as a manager, you're dealing with all of that. How do you, and you're saying up the game, right?
Yeah.
While all of this is, that also creates a stress on the leaders per se, right? Are there things you can do to manage that stress? Like you said, they communicate very well. I don't think so. At least our generation or the ones, previous to us, we were as good as communicating. Like, nahi batate hain, nahi batate hain. And let's
that's
figure
our
out a
breakdown.
way. That's our
But they-
breakdown. But how do you and stress at workplace is one of those things which you talk to a lot of people. It's a very common experience, right? Be it entrepreneurship or otherwise. I'm sure, most of our listeners would be figuring out ways of how to manage stress, right?
Okay.
Are there any suggestions from your end?
I don't know. I believe if you're doing what you love, there is no stress. I don't personally believe that, it's very stressful coping up with LLM and AI. We have integrated so much of AI in our organization. Okay.
Hmm.
Right from marketing to production to QC to QA, everything we have integrated. I'm personally learning, a lot of new stuff as far as LLM is concerned. So I don't see that as a stressful scenario. And obviously, if the world is evolving, you have to evolve. And if you resist that evolution, then you are stressed.
Hmm.
If you accept, like a lot of people become parents. If you resist becoming parents, that's where the stress of being a parent comes in picture. But if you don't resist being a parent, you will love parenting, right? It's same. Okay, the world is evolving. You evolve with the world. Now, will that take your time? Obviously, it will take your time. It will pull you out of your comfort zone. Maybe you now will have to invest some time in learning things. Okay, so be it. Do that. So again, I don't entertain too much of conversation around resisting things, and I wear 2 fitness bands always, and even my fitness band says I am never stressful.
Very nice.
So my stress levels are always on the lower side. Whereas we have this, like we have a company. It's not that our company is a small size company. We have 150 people working in the organization. But it's how you take it. I think when you don't resist things, you don't experience stress much.
It's almost like what you're describing, be in that state of flow. Don't think about future, past. वो present में रहो, काम करते रहो, be in action.
Yeah. And I'm not saying don't plan.
Hmm.
When I'm saying it's in fact, the more you plan, the more clearer you will be. Less you plan, less clearer you will be where you are headed.
Is there a way you design your day-to-day to manage the energy? Like you mentioned that, your 2 fitness bands and it doesn't show up stress in that. But how do you design your day-to-day apart from, the mental setup at least? Like, are they non-negotiables? That was, मैं exercise करूँगा, daily करूँगा, इस समय सोऊंगा, ये खाऊंगा. What is it that you think helps in keeping that energy up?
So, all of what you said, it is non-negotiable for me. Like 2 hours every day for my health, non-negotiable. कितना भी काम होने दो, no matter where I am traveling, no matter where I am on the planet. In fact, my hotel booking is also done in a way that first thing I make sure is that there is a gym in the hotel. And in almost like it's been 10 years, there's not been a 1 week where I missed my workout regime. So it's non-negotiable. Health is non-negotiable. Working out is non-negotiable. I eat same food every single day. So again, eating out, binge drinking, none of it is part of my routine. So fitness, I think if I have to rate my life from the place, first thing I will say is health and fitness. Next is how I'm contributing to the world, which involves my work and everything else. So that's my way of seeing. But first is fitness. Fitness है तो सब कुछ है. Without fitness क्या है? आप बताइए मुझे. Your mental fitness and your physical fitness, both are equally important.
So very recently I was at the gym and debating myself कि मैं जिम में टाइम स्पेंड कर रहा हूँ, ये टाइम मुझे काम पे नहीं होना चाहिए. And I was like, how should I even think about it?
Soon. So this is your investment. So how you see life, Sarvesh, the way I see is all the time that I invest in health, okay, is also inside of a vision that till the time I am alive, I want to work. And I don't want to be dependent on anyone. Very clear. So I take utmost care and discipline. I have brought a lot of discipline when it comes to my fitness, when it comes to my health, when it comes to food, when it comes to sleeping. 7 to 8 hours of sleep is non-negotiable. मतलब कितना भी काम पेंडिंग रहेगा ना, कितना भी काम पेंडिंग रहेगा, मैं छोड़ देता हूँ वो काम. If it is sleeping time, then it is no work matters. Then I have to sleep. And I still work 12 to 14 hours. So वो भी resistance नहीं होता है. And I think all of this, for me, all of this makes life simpler. आप clear हो, आपको fitness करना है, आपको काम करना है.
Can a young entrepreneur do it?
Why not?
Like for someone, you are still at that phase where things are set up. Was it the same a few years back when you were
I've been like
setting
this
it up?
since very, very long. So I have a young entrepreneur in my house, my son. Okay, he just turned 23, and he is super disciplined when it comes to his health and fitness and food. So can young entrepreneur do it? Yes. It's just, see, again, everything boils down to the clarity that you have.
Tell me, when I think about work, and this is, I'm speaking right now about myself, I'm sure there'll be many others like me. It's almost like my entire identity is around my work. So if I'm successful in work, and your question was, when we were discussing कि क्यों जरूरी क्यों है successful होना, right? Because it's almost like my personal identity is tied up to how successful I am at work, because the society in general is also judging you in that, right? It's a typical this thing, and of course one can choose to ignore it, but at least for the lesser mortals like me, वो थोड़ा सा अभी भी वो है, right? There is a pressure, How do you distance yourself from that? अच्छा ठीक है, ये कंपनी है, ये मैं हूँ, ये मेरा सक्सेस है या प्रोफेशनल सक्सेस है या लैक ऑफ इट और व्हाटएवर मोर ऑफ इट, और ये मैं हूँ. That distinction, how do you create that?
So Sarvesh, who asked me this question? Sarvesh as a human being or Sarvesh's ego? See, all of this, all of that, I'm not denying ki that's not required, but most of it is about ego. I being successful, how society is seeing me, all of that is okay. I'm not saying you should not have an ego and you should become a spiritual this and that. मैं खुद spiritual नहीं है तो मैं क्या बोलूँ? But I will again bounce back to nothing. Also, I feel there is nothing wrong, even if you come from how society is seeing me. Oh, I need to be successful. But all of that is the stress. The stress that you were talking about, that will give you more stress. In fact, when you are head clear that I am chasing a vision, and that vision may give a success, and I'm committed having a success, but it may not give a success, but my job is to keep being in action to make sure that vision becomes successful. और यार मैंने ना बहुत पहले एग्जाम्पल सुना था कि अगर आपने पतीले में पानी रखा है और उसको गैस पे रखा है, 100 डिग्री तक वेट करने की आपकी अगर क्षमता है ना, तो बॉइलिंग पॉइंट आएगा ही आएगा, सक्सेस आएगा ही आएगा. पर क्या होता है, कोई 20 डिग्री पे उतार देता है, कोई 30 डिग्री पे उतार देता है, कोई 40 डिग्री पे उतार देता है, कोई 80 डिग्री पे उतार देता है. सक्सेस का वेट नहीं करते लोग. इट्स जस्ट कि किसी का पानी जल्दी गर्म हो जाता है, 100 डिग्री जल्दी चला जाता है, और किसी का वो 100 डिग्री जाने में टाइम लगता है.
It's like my father also keeps saying कि तुम लगे रहा करो, वो सोना तप के बनता है, जब तपेगा तभी बनेगा,
तभी कुंदन बनेगा.
हाँ. So interesting. Got it. Let's I'm glad we've had this discussion. I want to switch gears a little bit and let's come back to your industry again, right? And let me wear the investor hat, right? When I look back a few years back, at least, nutraceutical wasn't one of the hottest spaces in general, right? And as a result, not a lot of funding has happened. Although now of late you see acquisitions.
Yes.
Marico had acquired Plix. We saw Wellbeing, gotten acquired more recently. What do you think has changed that is driving the interest? Because the concern I used to have an investor earlier कि market छोटा है, and which is why curative में आप देखोगे जहाँ पे people are spending, कि बीमार होके आप जब गए हो वहाँ पे बहुत spending होती है, लेकिन preventive में जो discipline की हम बात कर रहे थे उसका एक issue है, etc., right? What is changing now in the sector?
Awareness. Okay,
Hmm.
so just to add, even Healthy was acquired in
Yes.
2021 by Global Bees.
Hmm.
So uh, uh, I still hold some share, and I'm still the CEO of HealthyHey very much. Um, what is shifting is awareness, and I think your Instagram and Facebook and social media is playing a very important role. But uh, I still feel for India as a market. I'm not talking about UK or US. Um, Supplement is still not seen as preventive. Lot of people. So I'll ask you, Sarvesh. Okay, let's say you don't have a sleep issue. Will you start magnesium glycinate?
I won't.
So if and
Hmm.
now if you have a sleep issue and you
Hmm.
start magnesium glycinate, you just took something with the context that it is curative.
Hmm.
If you would have seen magnesium, that magnesium has 200 different cursors to impact in the body. I don't have a sleep issue, but I will take magnesium glycinate or magnesium citrate or magnesium threonate, whatever.
Hmm.
Then you just took something as preventive. Either people take it as curative or people
Curative.
take it from aesthetic perspective, which is your proteins by bodybuilders. Still, if you want to, you can take protein as preventive. That I don't exercise, but I'm a vegetarian. I don't take enough protein in my diet. In future, I will lose muscle as I age because that's how body is designed, and then I
Hmm.
will have joint pains. Okay, to avoid all of that, let me start protein. People don't do that. Who's taking protein? Bodybuilders. So in India, I think that preventive awareness is yet to kick in. Still not in. So we have a lot of product. We think if people take it for a longer time, and if they take it as preventive before anything hits, it will really help them. Let it be heart health, let it be brain health. But people don't do that. That's a big gap there in the
But
market.
how do you drive that
And
awareness at an industry level?
oh, we do that. Healthy Hay itself is generating more than 160 million views every month. Okay, by creating awareness, we have a complete in-house team. So we do a lot of awareness campaigns. But that mindset, it's not awareness. I think that mindset is yet to kick in. Because और उसके पीछे रीजन क्या है ना कि आप अगर यूएस या यूके की बात करेंगे, सो देयर यू नो accessing the medical health care is difficult. So since they don't want to access that, they are always thinking of preventive.
Hmm.
What happens with India is our accessibility to medical health care is so easy. मतलब आपको एंटीबायोटिक भी खरीदना है तो प्रिस्क्रिप्शन चाहिए नहीं आपको, आप जाओ और ले लो. So
Cost is also much lower compared to
cost
developed
is low,
countries.
accessibility is more, and people have that कि कुछ भी हुआ तो we'll just go and we'll हम उस मेडिकल ट्रीटमेंट का एडवांटेज ले लेंगे, फायदा उठाएंगे, वॉट एवर इट इज. बट मेरा बहुत स्ट्रांग ये बिलीव है कि वो प्रिवेंटिव माइंडसेट आना ना बहुत जरूरी है. राइट, अब थोड़ा थोड़ा स्किन को लेके आने लगा है. जैसे पीपल हैव रियलाइज्ड कि अगर एजिंग अवॉइड करना है तो एंटीऑक्सीडेंट लेना पड़ेगा. राइट, कि कौन सा एंटीऑक्सीडेंट ज्यादा पोटेंट है. अच्छा,
But वो भी aesthetic ही हो गया ना, like you're saying.
वो
It's
एस्थेटिक ही
still
है.
not.
पीपल आर टेकिंग
Hmm.
इट फ्रॉम द
Hmm.
एस्थेटिक पर्सपेक्टिव.
Hmm.
पर वो जिस दिन वो प्रिवेंटिव आ जाएगा ना, I think this industry will be a very different industry.
The issue is actually also lack of measurement, no? How do I measure कि अच्छा ठीक है मैं इतने दिन से ले रहा हूँ, अब actually में कुछ फर्क पड़ा है कि नहीं पड़ा है?
शायद वो हर चीज you have to rely a little bit on the research around it. And वो measurability depending on what it is आपको दिखता है. ओके, जैसे हम लोग एक प्रोडक्ट है हमारा जॉइंट रिलीफ कोलेजन करके. ओके, आप उसको अगर रेगुलरली लोगे ना, तो आपको पता चलेगा कि आपके जॉइंट्स पेन इतने हैं नहीं, राइट? अनलेस यू स्टॉप इट, तो आपको शायद पता चलेगा, अच्छा हाँ, अरे वो आ रहा है, वापस तो लेते हैं। बट प्रिवेंटिव में यू आप मतलब सी आई दिस ईयर आई एम गोइंग टू टर्न 50 and I take a lot of my supplements. Okay, and since I work out almost 4 to 5 times a week, okay, it's important कि joint सही होगा तो ही मैं वर्कआउट कर सकता हूँ, नहीं तो नहीं कर सकता. Most people don't realize this कि joint immunity, it's not just exercise. What backs your exercise is all of this thing, energy. ये अगर इनमें से कुछ भी मिसिंग होगा ना, इट विल फर्स्ट थिंग इट विल स्टॉप इज योर एक्सरसाइज. सो एजिंग में लोग एक्सरसाइज कम क्यों करते हैं? बिकॉज सम वन और द अदर स्टार्ट्स टू मिस आउट, यू नो. तो आपको सोचना होता है, अच्छा ठीक है, एज आई एम एजिंग, एम आई टेकिंग समथिंग विच इज गोइंग टू इम्पैक्ट माई जॉइंट्स? एम आई टेकिंग समथिंग विच इज गोइंग टू इम्पैक्ट माई इम्यूनिटी? एम आई टेकिंग समथिंग विच विल कीप माई एनर्जी इन प्लेस? एम आई टेकिंग समथिंग विच इज गोइंग टू कीप माई स्लीप इन प्लेस? I'm not waiting for everything to become disastrous कि अभी मेरे नी इतने खराब हो गए कि अब मैं जा रहा हूँ, मैं सीधा ऑपरेशन ही कराना पड़े. So that's the whole idea of preventiveness of something.
Are there any things the government could do to sort of spur more growth in this
यार
sector?
इम्पोर्ट सी इंडिया सब कुछ नहीं बनाता है. इंडिया सब कुछ नहीं बनाता है. तो बहुत सारी चीजें जो हम नहीं बनाते हैं, उसके इम्पोर्ट पे हमको कुछ, मुझे लगता है ड्यूटी कम होनी चाहिए. अब जैसे वे प्रोटीन सुपर एक्सपेंसिव हो गया, तो उसका एक ऑल्टरनेटिव है जिसमें आपको सेम बेनिफिट ऑफ वे प्रोटीन बट ऑलमोस्ट 1/4 कॉस्ट पे मिल जाएगा. ठीक है, उसको बोलते हैं ईस्ट प्रोटीन, फर्मेंटेड ईस्ट प्रोटीन, फर्मेंटेशन से बनता है. अब रिसेंटली गवर्नमेंट ने उसकी इंपोर्ट, इंडिया में तो बनता नहीं है, तो उसकी जो इंपोर्ट ड्यूटी है, दे हैव इंक्रीज फ्रॉम 18% to 44%. So now, end of the day, the brand owners will have to increase the cost. Right?
But
So-
it could also be a way to spur domestic production for all you know,
But
right?
India में
Like
बनता ही नहीं है
maybe-
ना. If India is manufacturing, I get it perfectly all right. आप फिर 100% लगा दो ड्यूटी. But when we are not manufacturing, then what? That's my
At
point.
least at scale we aren't.
Yeah. Whatever we are manufacturing, that's never a constraint for us.
But in order to drive this awareness also, is there anything the government can do on that regards?
Awareness
Apart from
about.
the import, nutraceuticals, preventive healthcare.
I think FSCCI is doing a good job. Okay, and it's evolving, and it has evolved in last 10 years. It has evolved dramatically, and it is evolving. Okay, so the FSCCI new leadership is also making sure a lot of regulations have been put in. People don't misuse, but then there are ways. Somehow people find a way to misuse. So I think the old, somewhere we need to find a way to discard the old regulations so that the
Like if you were
misuse-
sitting with the health minister, what would you tell him?
there are certain things like vitamin D, certain kind of vitamin C, which falls in the pharma category, and they had given the old licenses for vitamin D and vitamin C, which exceeds the Nutra 400 IU. I think because vitamin D, if taken loosely or without education, can create toxicity in kidney. Okay, those regulations needs to be checked so that people cannot sell them on Amazon or places where it is easy to access. So yes, I will be. I care. So we never launched. We can do third party manufacturing and sell those kind of high numbers. But as someone who is a responsible person, okay, and I care about people's health, we never did that. In fact, we got one study which said that green tea taken with Garcinia cambogia can actually impact people's liver health. And in our organization, within a week's time, we had a huge stock of Garcinia cambogia. We pulled out everything. It's still date we don't sell Garcinia cambogia because we sell. If we would not have been selling green tea, we would have sold Garcinia cambogia. But since we sell green tea, we stopped the production and pulled out our high selling product.
Interesting.
But not every brand is seeing Nutra like that.
Interesting. You mentioned about you getting acquired by Global Bees. For there are founders who are also building companies with the aspiration that over time they will sell to a large strategic, right? What do you think are some of the key considerations they should have in mind as they think about the post-acquisition journey?
I always say work on the brand, not the sales.
Hmm.
You want to get acquired. You want investors to show interest in your product. Work on brand building. Sales is just one aspect. What investors are more interested, how much your brand is driving the show, what is the philosophy of the brand, what is the vision of the brand, how are you putting yourself as a differentiating factor in the market. So all of that matters.
Interesting.
Yeah.
What's your next 3 to 5 years like as a founder, as a brand
Oh, I
owner?
have lot of stuff in my plate. Trust me, lot of stuff in my plate. But first thing is, my current focus for next 2 years is HealthyHey. And there are a few other brands that my company has launched, especially in the leadership of my son Kush. So I am actively giving my bit to those brands. But as far as I am concerned, I'm heavily invested in HealthyHey, and I intend to make sure this brand actually starts to get the kind of recognition it deserves, especially from the content perspective. So that's the focus. So this year we are going all international. We are entering US market. We are entering UK market. We are entering UAE market. We are entering Germany market, Nepal. So these are the places where we are targeting. So now real explosion of this brand, in next 2 years time.
Interesting. And what are some of the other areas that you think are still exciting to build consumer brands outside of
All areas
health?
are interesting. Service, trust me, everything, no matter how competitive it is, if you have a vision and you think that no matter what you are creating is going to make a difference in the world, I think you should just go for it. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Like my son started a few years back the men jewelry brand. Now, men jewelry is unheard of in the Indian market. Now it has started to show up.
Yeah.
But then, it like he has sheer out of the passion, he has made some like 2,000 SKUs and amazing traction in its own space. So it doesn't matter what if you're passionate, you really look forward. If you are going to invest a lot of your time around the brand, I don't think anyone can stop you to fulfill the vision.
Interesting. Rishi, your energy is always infectious. And it's been such a pleasure having this discussion with you. Thank you so much. I really, really appreciate it.
Thank you so much, Sarvesh, and thank you for having me on this podcast. And I wish all the good luck to you for all the upcoming podcasts. Let this podcast be super, super successful. And I think that's your way of making a difference out in the world with so many entrepreneurs who are looking forward, or they just want to learn a bit from the others so that they can build their own wisdom. So thank you so much for having this kind of podcast be out in the world.
Thank you. Really appreciate it.